This is the plaintiff, Matthew Phillips. He says he hired the defendant, his next-door neighbor, to install awnings at his car wash, and the guy got way in over his head and totally dropped the ball. He is so frustrated by this guy's lack of professionalism and can't believe he won't admit his mistake and just return the $5,000 he's owed. These are the defendants, Michael Lally and Denise Lally. Michael says the plaintiff's yanking his chain by suing him here today because he did a great job. In fact, he went above and beyond for him, and now he's being sued? Incredible. He deserves every penny he got from the ingrate, and then some. He's accused of yawning over an awning.
Okay, Pro Wash Express Incorporated, represented here by the owner, Matthew Phillips.
Good morning.
Okay, you are suing the sign company. You've asked us not to mention your company by name, and we respect that. Represented here by the owners, Michael Lally and Denise Lally. What's the relationship between you two?
We are
Significant others?
Okay, but you have the same name?
Yes.
One's with a Y, one's with an I.
What are the odds?
Exactly.
Very strange.
Exactly.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess that's destiny. All right. For $5,000 that you want returned to you, according to you, you're out more than that. But you say that you hired them to do a job for awnings on your business and that the job was done in an inferior manner. Tell me what's going on.
Sure. Well, first of all, Pro Wash is a combination of a car wash, oil change, detail center, and a retail store. The building has 6 awnings on the building, which we were looking to have replaced. Now, prior to that, I have given Mike and Denise work in the past, and they did my menu boards, my enter-exit signs, and I have a history with them, which I'd like to submit as evidence that they have, in fact, done a lot of work for me.
I'm sure that's not contested. We're good.
Okay. The point is, he did great work. I was very happy with him in the past. There were no issues. So when the opportunity came for me to do a rebranding and to renovate my building after 12 years, I needed new awnings. And I went to Mike because I had a great experience with him in the past, and I asked him.
Had you ever had him do awnings?
No, he never did awnings.
They do signs and awnings?
He did. He does a combination of signs and awnings.
Okay.
So we went into a contract, and here's the contract along with the scope of work. He was supposed to produce 6 new awnings and a monument base, and this is what we agreed to.
And so what went wrong?
6 months went by. He did 1 out of the 6 awnings. The work that he did do was not the product I asked for. It's not what we had discussed. The installation.
What product had you asked for?
Cooley Bright.
What is Cooley Bright?
Well, my witness in sign, the new sign company that's doing the work would probably be better to address that.
What,
but
can you go behind the microphone, not out there? Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's Cooley Bright?
Your Honor, Cooley Bright is an eradicable backlit fabric. When you produce backlit signs and awnings, you cannot put vinyl graphics onto a backlit fabric unless it's eradicable. The fabric will
What
not.
does eradicable mean?
I have samples for you here of an eradicable fabric, and if you hold these up to the light, you could see how they transmit light. You'll see that this one will illuminate
then hand them
through
to me
as
so I can
opposed to
hold them
this.
up to the light. So the bottom line is that
The bottom one is the smaller of the two.
Cooley Bright is a light where the light will shine through and the sign will be visible.
Your Honor, there's a couple
Which
of
is
brands.
the one that I'm supposed to be able to see it?
That one, if you hold that up to the light, you'll see that the light will transmit through the white, as opposed to the other two, which the white is opaque.
Yeah. Did you have an agreement with him to use one fabric, and did you end up using a different fabric?
Your Honor, I'll be quite honest with you. We had an agreement for the Cooley Bright. If my subcontractor used anything else, I'm unaware of it.
You subcontracted the work in this case?
Yes, I did.
All of it?
The awnings.
What,
The awnings
not
and
the
monument base.
But you guys have to stop.
The awnings and the monument
Just
base
try to be a little bit less disruptive.
were subcontracted.
But what else was there besides awnings to this job? The monument base?
Architectural
Do you have
monument
a picture
base.
of the monument base?
I do.
May I see it? You don't have complaints about the monument base, right?
No.
Okay. So what we're really talking about is the inferior fabric. Is there anything else besides the wrong fabric that you're complaining about?
Yes.
What is it? What else is wrong?
Upon arriving to the site and saying all we needed to do was letter the awning, I went up, I cut off a piece of the fabric, which is on the awning currently, and it's obviously not an eradicable fabric, so you cannot apply graphics to it because they will not light up.
You can put graphics, it just won't light up, which is what you wanted.
Which it would defeat the purpose
Right.
of using that
so
type of
what
fabric.
I don't understand is, didn't he complain to you, listen, you used the wrong fabric?
No.
At any point? Did you not say to him, hey, you're fired because?
Not until the two gentlemen...
Okay, well then, when he said that, didn't you ever, before today when you're standing here in front of me, figure out whether or not, in fact, there was a mistake and the wrong fabric was used?
No, ma'am.
Aren't you interested in knowing whether you botched a $16,000 job for your neighbor? For your neighbor, no less, right? Because your neighbor.
I understand.
Your business is next door to his business. And you haven't taken the time to find out if he's right?
I went after the conversation with Mr. Phillips and this gentleman at my shop.
What'd they say to you at the shop?
Mr. Phillips came in and told me I was relieved of my duties and that this gentleman was going to...
Why'd you take him in to his shop?
that he was going to take over the job.
Why did you choose to take him in to confront your neighbor and tell your neighbor to...
Your Honor, let me
I didn't.
answer
let me not. I'm not asking you. Why did you make the personal human choice to take him? So he can't answer for you. Go ahead.
Sure. Your Honor, I'm not an expert when it comes to signs and awnings and fabrics and options. That's not my business. I know what my business is. I needed an expert, someone who can converse.
No, that's why you bring him here. But I'm just wondering why you bring him there, because it's a little bit confrontational.
He was literally right next door to my property.
Yeah, I know. That's why I tell him to sit down and have a cup of coffee. And then I'd walk over here and I'd tell him. And then I'd tell him, look, he's sitting there if you want to talk to him. But I don't know. You obviously took a little affront to being...
absolutely.
Having them blow in and steamroll. Were there customers in your store when they did this?
There were.
How many?
There were two other people.
Were they listening?
They were right there.
And what were they saying in front of your customers?
Basically, he threatened to...
Who's he?
The gentleman on the end threatened to jump over my counter and kick my...
Over what?
Because I told him to leave my shop. I told him I didn't know you. I didn't want to speak with you. You can leave.
Of course.
He said to me, you don't know who I am. I'll come across that counter.
You don't know me.
That's right. I'll come across that counter and kick your... And that's the way that was left. I turned and I walked away. I said, Matt, I guess I'll see you in court.
Mr. Phillips.
Well, it's a bit exaggerated, Your
How did
Honor.
it happen?
That's
Don't
not
talk. I'm not asking you.
exaggerated.
It's a little exaggerated. He doesn't...
You know what? Have a seat on the end. Thank you.
First of all, Mike does not have a retail store or an office.
Just tell me whether it ended up being a good idea or a bad idea to take him in there. What happened between them?
Probably not the best idea.
Why? What happened?
Well,
Stop giving me conclusions. Don't tell me that version was exaggerated. Tell me the facts. What happened?
Well, Mike was disappointed that he lost the job and that it's going to someone else.
Right.
And I needed to know.
Mike said to him, get out of my store. I don't know you.
And we did.
And then he said to him what?
It lasted all about maybe 3 minutes.
I didn't ask how long. That is the answer to the question, how long did it last? Do I not speak English as well as I think I am speaking it? What did he say to him?
He said, the job is over. He said, don't get me upset. You don't want to know me when I'm upset, and I just don't think it's fair what you did.
Did he ever say, I'm going to jump over the counter?
No, Your Honor.
Did he ever say, I'm going to kick your behind?
No, there were no threats.
So he said to him, don't what?
He said, don't get me upset. You don't know me. You don't want to know me if I lose my temper.
Okay.
And that was it.
Were you there?
I was not.
Okay, good. All right, so explain to me how it is that you never called the subcontractor who made the awnings to find out if the wrong fabric was used.
No. She still claims at this point that it was Cooley Bright she used.
Did you ever go to look at it to see what it was she used?
I've been down there
Do
and
you have
underneath.
a piece of the fabric itself? Come on up. Might be your turn now. If you think you can answer only when I'm talking to you. Okay. What is this?
It's a piece of the fabric which is non-eradicable.
Okay.
It's a 14-ounce fabric. The Cooley Bright in front of you is an 18-ounce fabric. It's about a tenth of the price.
How did you first notice that it wasn't the right material, by the way?
When it lit up, I was curious. It just didn't look right. And I was wondering how it's going to make my logo and my tagline pop.
You felt that so you could already tell that it was too opaque?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me about your car wash a little bit.
Sure, happy to. We're there 12 years, and it's a combination, as I had mentioned earlier, a combination of a car wash, a retail store, a cafe, and an oil change. It's kind of like a one-stop shopping. I take a lot of pride in it, and I'd like to mention that my business is very image transfer related, which means my property better be immaculate, from the flower beds to proper signage to well lit at night. I want women to pull up to my business at night, dressed nice, and they want to feel safe and secure with a well lit place. You know, my mom said, Matt, build me a car wash that I feel safe and comfortable going to at night. So having said that, that's
Actually,
what I
what
did.
she said was in a mink
Well, she did. She's a hardworking woman.
How many women go? She deserves her mink. I'm just saying, how many women go to a car wash and their mink? God bless her.
She's a hardworking woman, and she said, you know, Matt, all these car washes, they're just dark and grungy, and they're not well lit, and they're not nice. You know, build me someplace that I feel safe and comfortable to go to. So having said that, I traveled the United States, and I cherry-picked all the best features from all the car washes. And I like to take a lot of pride in my business as like the Neiman Marcus of car washes, where it's perfect. There's not a cigarette butt on the ground. Flowers are fresh. The signage is nice and bright.
Do you have pictures?
I do. I mean, I like to keep my place where you could actually eat off the bathroom floor if you have to. And the point is, you know, it's all image transfer. If you're coming to your place to get a clean car, you want to pull up to a place that's nice and clean, right? It only makes sense.
Okay. Can I see
Okay, so
pictures?
having said that, for me to run my business in the state that it is now, and I'd like to submit the photos of torn awnings, shredded awnings.
Why are the
Because
awnings
Mike
torn?
took samples of my existing old awnings to submit to the factory for manufacturing purposes. In doing so, he left my facility looking like
No, but I
a
don't
war
understand.
zone.
He hasn't completed the job yet?
No, he hasn't.
That's
Why not?
not true.
You're
Where's
waiting
my
for
money?
me?
I need the money.
You really?
Well, I'd like
Not
to.
really.
I'd
You
like
can pay.
to-
You can afford to pay him.
But I
But
want
you
this
didn't. But I'm wondering
I
why.
want this behind me. I want
Okay,
this
so you
settled.
wanted this to be resolved
Correct.
first? All right.
Correct.
According to you, did he ever tell you, you guys got to fix this, this is wrong? Or did the first time you ever heard he was unhappy was when he came in with...
That was the absolute first time when he came in and relieved me of my duties. He told me that...
Do you think that fellow was telling, this is done so wrong, look at this, or
Well-
like he was like sort of beefing it up so he could get the job?
I mean,
I don't know him that well.
without
That's
you know,
your guess.
jumping at his
That's
character.
just sad in the answer to the
without jumping
complaint.
at his-
That he's your
without jumping at
competitor.
his character and his you know, actions when he came to my shop. I didn't really have much conversation, or you know, I know of his business and I know of his reputation.
Okay.
And it's not good all the way around.
All
His
right.
business is an outrageous business. Don't get me wrong. He's got a great sign shop. He as a person has a lousy reputation.
Would you do business with a neighbor? What do you think?
Yeah, if I trusted them,
Yeah? Why?
because well, if I was related to them, maybe.
Well, okay. What do you think? Would you do business with a neighbor?
Depends on the business transaction.
No, I'm asking, depends. Would you do business with somebody that you can't move away from?
No. No friends, families, or neighbors. Can't get away from them.
Okay, I think that kind of says it all, going inside the courtroom.
You think that they bit off more than they can chew?
That's the bottom line.
Because this was the biggest job
And
you
you
ever
know,
had.
Your Honor-
Was this the biggest job you ever had?
Yes, it was, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, nice guys finish last, if you ask me.
Which of the two of you is the nice guy who finished last?
That's me.
Well, I know it's not you. Which of the two of you is a nice guy who finished
It's me.
last? Yeah,
Your
what
Honor,
did you want to say?
My grand opening was rescheduled twice because I kept promising having new awnings. I incurred an expense of $995.
For what?
The first grand opening was paid for in terms of my advertising, and a second grand reopening, monies that I had to pay for advertising, mass mailers, things
I'm
of
sorry,
that
why
sort.
would he ever pay for two parties that you had to open and reopen? Why would that be
Well,
on him?
I was promised repeatedly that the awnings would be done. I can't have a grand opening with
Then
no
don't
signage.
have it. I don't understand. Why does he have to pay for it?
Well,
Why?
he promised me it would be done and installed.
Yeah, but you
in a
knew
ti-
it wasn't, and you had the grand opening anyway.
Well, the first, you're right. The first time I had no
Okay,
control.
stop.
But the second
no,
time.
No, the second time, the first time, you could have 42 parties. He doesn't have to pay for them.
One more thing, please.
Uh-huh.
He replaced 1 out of 6 awnings.
Which in actuality are 3 awnings as far as the city of New Rochelle are concerned.
I don't care. If they're the wrong fabric, they're the wrong fabric.
And
you know, it's you completely empty-handed on this, because the person who should be here testifying with you is the person who's going to claim, look at my receipt. See, it's Cooley Bright or some other reasonable facility there. See, it is, you know, the material that you'll show the light through. And that person's totally absent. The silence roars. So you've got a problem. Whatever awning work you did, you're not getting paid for. Now, I'm looking at your contract, and the plaintiff paid an $8,000 deposit. Is that correct?
Correct.
And the cost of the monument base was $4,000, right?
Yes.
Okay, so do you have a problem with the monument, the way it was constructed, the way it turned out, the way anything?
No.
Okay, so I'm subtracting the cost of the monument base from the deposit. That leaves a remainder of $4,000, which I'm returning to the plaintiff. That's the amount he paid toward the awning. Now, let me say just one thing. Would I have barreled into my neighbor's place with him? No, I would have had more panache than that. I might not have done that. I might have been a little more Neiman Marcus about my human contact. $4,000. Verdicts for the plaintiff.
Well, the verdict goes for the plaintiff here. It's not everything he sued for. The defendant comes out with the L plastered to his forehead. How does that feel?
Well, a little disappointing. I just felt that my inexperience maybe on a job this size could have taken its toll.
Pretty honest, and maybe you might have ruined your relationship with your neighbor there.
Well, I don't believe so. I have some forwarding emails how he really wishes to do future business with me on menu boards and so forth. And
I'll ask him. Listen to what he
We'll go
says.
from there.
You head right down this way, okay? All right, come on in here whenever you're ready. You ready?
Sure.
Okay, Neiman Marcus, you satisfied with what you got out of this?
Honestly, I'm a little disappointed, but I need to move forward, correct the problem, and take it from there.
You going to give him another chance on menu boards and whatever he just said?
I'd have to give it some thought.
Okay, Harvey.
Okay, the plaintiff was smart in this case. It is so important when you order something to specifications, make sure those specifications are clearly written down in the contract. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.